Hello everyone, we are in day 6 Lead Code Daily Challenge September 2020. Today's problem is image overlap. So let's have a look what this problem says. So we have two images A and B where which is the images are filled with zeros and ones. We can keep one image on top of another and we have to come up with the common ones. Okay, so that will be count as our the number of common ones will be the uh, one sized overlap. So we have to come up with the largest possible one. So here are the two image A and B, and both are with zeros and ones, and we can only keep sliding left, right, up and down. We cannot rotate, right? So basically what it is saying, we have an image A and we can just keep on top of it another image which is B, and we can slide it to left, to down we can slide it like this, to up we can slide it, and to down we have seen, right? So this way we can slide it. So let's see how it goes if we just keep B on top of A directly on this example. So we can see if we just keep this one on top of this one, then we can only get common one is this and this, right? So others, if you see this coordinate, this is 0, or not all, this is here as ones. So this has 1 here, but these are zeros, so common one is 1. So the size of overlap for this, if we keep B on top of A, is 1. So let's see another diagram on this. Let's see, just write it. You write it A 1 1 0, and then 0 1 0, and 0 1 0. So this is A. Now what we can see another slide, after sliding B to right. So what we will do, slide B 1 unit to the right. So that means these are equal size, right? So this one with this entire column will be discarded, right? So these two will come as, right? So if we, these will be the center here, this will come here center. So I'll just, if I write it 0 0 0, and then this will go extreme, right? 0 1 0. So 0 1 0. So we can see there is no ones common. So that means here size would be, size of overlap is 0. So this is one, after 1 unit of slide we get size is 0, and here if we keep as it is, then we get 1. So this is 1 is bigger, right? So this way we can slide left, right, top and down, and we have to come up with the largest possible. So here in the explanation they have given, if we write by 1 unit, right, go right to 1 unit and down by 1 unit, then we can get, the answer is 3. I hope you guys understood. Let's quickly try to see how we can solve this problem. So first step, what I suggest to solve this problem is, why don't we just count all ones in A matrix, A image, and just count all ones in B image and keep it in a vector of pair. If we keep, right, vector of pair. Now for the simplicity I have already done it. Let's quickly see how it looks like. So that is what we are in right now. Okay, so here you can see, if top coordinate in 0 0, and then this is a 2 2, then after counting all ones in A, what coordinates we get? Yes, in 0 0 we have 1, and then 0 1 we have another one, then this is 1 1, and then this is 2 1, which is here. And if we do the same calculation, we get a list like this, or rather I should say vector of pair, like 1 1 this one, and then 1 2, and then 2 2, right? This is step 1. Okay, so let's see what we can make out of this. vector of pair what we have just calculated. Now as part of step 2, what we can do is we just take one item from here, from the vector of A where all ones are present, and just compare with all ones in B. Okay, so if I say compare, what do I mean is that we will just take a of difference of row from A and row from B. So 0 minus 1, and then we take column from A and column from B. So 0 minus 1. So finally what we get is minus 1 comma minus 1. So this way, if we keep doing it, let's see what we get. So 0 and this one. So this we have done just now, and then this and this, if we do, we get a number as like minus 1 comma then minus 2 we get. And then if we do this one and this one, we get a number as 2 1. So 0 minus 2, it is 0 minus 2 is minus 2 and then minus 2. So these are the three coordinates I get, right? So let's see what these coordinates tells us. Okay, so before reaching to this coordinate, you must have remembered that we have just counted all ones in A and in B. So these coordinates 0 0 is a coordinate where we get at least 1, and these are the coordinates in B matrix, all are ones, all are 1 in the matrix, right? So if I take a vector like this, so minus 1, sorry for this, minus 1 does say that this is all about B, okay? Because I am taking a difference from A to B, so this is all about B. What this minus 1 says is, so minus 1 is for row, and this minus 1 is for column. What is row and column? This is like shifting, we can shift, right? So if I shift B minus 1, that means up 1 unit, and column left side 1 unit, and then we put it, then we at least get 1. Why? So this one is there, so I take this 1 unit and 1 unit on top and 1 unit on left, so valid area would be this, right, which will be placed on here. So what I am talking about, this one and this one, right? This is 0 0, this one, and this is 1 1, right? So we at least get 1 1 here. So this is 1. So this sliding after subtracting row of a item in a vector of A and row of a item in a vector in B, column rather I say, what we get is the shift amount, which is here row wise and column wise, and if we do this shift, we at least get one element which is value as 1. Okay, so if we continue do that for this and this, let's see what we get. So 0 1, if we compare this with all the elements here, so what we get is, here I'll just write it here so that it will be easier for later computation. What we get here is for 0 1 is minus 1 0, 0 minus 0 minus 1 is minus 1, 1 minus 1 is 0, and then 0, then this and this, minus 1 and then again minus 1, sorry, and then minus 2 comma minus 1, right? Yes, it is correct. Now let's do for this one 1 1. If we do for 1 1, so what we get is, first we get 0 and 0. So you always remember we were subtracting row to row and then column to column. Then 1 to 2 we get 0, then minus 1, and then minus 1, and then minus 1. So then let's quickly do for this one also. 2 1, we get 1 0, and then we get 1 comma minus 1, and then this and this 0 comma minus 1. So first we have checked for this one, okay, minus 1 minus 1. So what does that mean? We are shifting towards, so first one is the row, we are shifting on 1 unit on top, and second one is column 1 unit to left side, right? That's we discussed, and we are sure that out of this we at least get once 1, right? So let's see whether we have this sort of pair present in this area or not, right? So here I have 1, here is also I have another one, or I'll just take another color. This is here also I have 1. Yes, that's it, right? Minus 1 minus 1. So and our answer would be 3. So this is our answer. So this is little bit tricky to understand. I understand, but if we go this way, we can easily find it out. What will be the maximum, right? How? We will just create a unordered map out of all these coordinates, right? And use it as a key. So if we make key of this and keep the count of it, the maximum count would be our answer. So this is what the solution is. So just to recap, I understand it is a little difficult to understand. First one is step 1, count all the ones in both the matrix, put it in a vector of pairs, and then another simple step what we have to do is we just subtract the row to row and column to column and create a key and just increment it using that key. At the end we will have a map of string comma int, and that map we will store all the keys here, and the maximum count would be the answer of our solution, right? So this is pretty much it from solution point of view. So I'll suggest you go back and try to code it. This looks not this looks too little scary to understand, but while coding it becomes very easy. Now let's quickly look at how complexity wise how much it can take. So I'll just first do the time complexity of it. So first in step 1 we have iterated each matrix. If I take the size is n, so time complexity we are discussing right now, if it is a n into n matrix, so n into n matrix, so we have to iterate each matrix, so n square is the time complexity. for n square plus n square, and then we have to put all the keys into a hash map, and uh, maximum ones you can get is of n square. So n square into n square would be n to the power 4. So overall time complexity would be order of n to the power 4 for this solution. And the space complexity, so space complexity, we will have a vector of pair which will be taken n square plus n square for two vectors, and another unordered map which can go for another n square. So this will be our space complexity for this solution. Now let's jump to the code part of it. Let's see how it goes. So here I have already written the code, as you can see. So first one is I have taken two vector here which will keep the count of ones into A and ones into B. Where is this is the part where it is getting done. So once we have the list where I have for example, I'm just writing, I have each row and column for A and similarly for B, and then we just can create a key like for -1 we will just do from row to row here and then column to column here, and you can see by concatenating this string I am creating a key for the unordered map here and just increment it, right? So first key I'll get -1, then another one, and then this that compare will go on to n to the power 4 times for the worst cases, of course. And then I'm just iterating to the map and taking the max count of it, which will be the result for this solution. So this is pretty much it from the code part of it. And now let's just jump to the LeetCode and see how it is doing. So I've just pressed submit. Yes, it got accepted. So the reason I wanted to take this solution to make you guys understand a basic approach which is easy to understand and also easy to code and easy to remember. So if you guys like the solution, please do like my video, and please do subscribe if you want me to put more videos, which will really encourage me. Thank you.